everyone, greetings. Thank you for joining us for that By the Fifth Dimension. All right, greetings. Yeah, we were supposed to do the webinar for the mentorship, and I got delayed because I got off work at 6:30, six something, and I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah. So, the mentorship is going to be on Saturday. Alright, so Iraq, I was going to do is, I don't know, before when I'm recording, Iraq, Astral, what does Iraq look like in Astral? Or you can also say, well, I'll put Iraq there because that is kind of like one of the early civilizations. Well, I guess you can call it Babylon, but I'll call it Iraq for right now. It's, I don't know, it just sort of came to me before I went live here. I was kind of wondering where we're going to go into all this because, trust me, my mind has been operating too well recently. Past 2 days hasn't been easy. Predictions can be true. Sucks when you live it. But that's all right. I've also had some positive stuff come through recently. Some neat kind of, at least creative stuff at least. Other than that, nothing I can share at the moment. Let's see. I might say a lot because I'm not operating too well. I'm not operating at all. So, let's see. There's something else. Well, we'll go into. Yeah, we'll be saying that for a while. It's just one of those days, one of those weeks, apparently. For those that are new to all this, is I'mTalk.com. We have private sessions throughout the week, or something like that. I guess the site's not working too well. We have also a shop that's 7 days delivery. Same situation here. We have social network, and we have the awesomeness for all to enjoy, if you wish. We have this isn't part of my thing. Right now, McDonald's is talking about. I'm talking about McDonald's. Yeah, we're all over the place today. About not selling meats, and the reason for that is Impossible Foods. It's like hamburger, but it's not hamburger. It's like I think it's soy or something like that. Anyway, this is becoming the new thing. It's not that new. This is actually pretty old, but I didn't realize that there was actually, this is all over the place actually. It's even in my area. Yeah, you do location, and we'll just do Florida. I don't know if it was. Whatever. And it shows you all the locations that has that type of meat there. So it's kind of interesting. So figured, yeah, I just thought it was, you can go to a fast food place if you're into those things. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't realize it was in all different places at this time. So we'll have Impossible Chicken and Impossible Planet. We're kind of living in Impossible Planet right now. So, alright, do Astral connection. I don't know where this is all going to go. Well, so I'm feeling like going into this for a second. I don't know how this is going to fly, but whatever. My name's Mud anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, there are some channeling groups out there, not to name any names, that can be, like, if you, expose what's really going on, like, there is, an alien darkness. It's kind of like when you start screwing around with Scientology, or the Catholic Church, for that matter. I'm just using the Catholic Church as a example. Other religions probably is no different. We use Scientology, for example. You start screwing around with them, you can get some pretty dark, it's not pretty. The same goes with some of the alien channeling groups too. That it can get pretty evil. Because some are pretty, normal, and the others are dark as hell. Of course, they don't say that, but it is there. Yeah, I've mentioned it here and there. I haven't mentioned it deeply. But it can get so vicious where they take your life or something like that. I'm being dead serious too. And some of you think are most friendliest people out there. You'd be surprised. That's all just a facade. People like that. People like being fooled. It's like that seems to be the theme of our world. So my cat's out there crying, but yeah, if you go into like the truth of what's going, like some of these groups are involved with, it doesn't get too pretty. So I feel like I should say something like that, because I don't think people realize. I mean, the channeling world, as fluffy as it is, a lot of it has fake fluff. Because there's some people in it that are very two-faced. I can name names. I'm not going to do that. I already have, kind of. And some are just really trying to put on that facade, and it's really kind of disturbing. But when you see like a corrupt group, and then you see other channels that are so-called legit, I guess they are message-wise, but it's kind of gross when you get down to it. So there's an area that is not, and then you see people get involved with that group, and it's like, wow, it's really gets surprising that those that have been doing this for a very, very long time, how long the sewer goes, let's put it that way. So I figure at least I'll put that out there. Yeah, I'm being like super general and vague, but someone has to say it. It's not that the message is going to get out there that far, but you never know. I can do whatever I want. I can have fancy sets and do all. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of attention. That's just the way it is. And I'm okay with that. I don't care. I'm not looking for a flash or anything like that. Just the way it is. It's patience. Everything's patience. Patience sucks. For real change, patience really sucks. But you never know. Anything, what's on the horizon. Sometimes silence is, alien silence isn't so bad. Now, obviously, you have thousands of years of silence. Well, technically, now, yeah, more of this UFO stuff's going into more of the mainstream. Now, is that like a psyop of some kind? Who knows? I mean, at least it's something. If we have a fake alien invasion today, at least it's something. At least they're showing we're making some kind of progress. I mean, it's better than all this secrecy. So at least they got that part out of it. So it might suck, but our world is not exactly the easiest to connect with. It's not all roses here as much as you'd like it to be. So I mean, I don't think we're gonna have a fake invasion. I think some of these alien UFO leaks, from the Pentagon, things like that, I think a lot of them are pretty legit, actually. I feel like they're testing the waters. Now, most of society is not ready for anything, obviously. But I believe there is, yes, a good portion here that are. They don't think about this stuff, but if they saw an alien, they say, oh, isn't that nice? And then go back on their day. So, it's... Who knows? Who knows? I mean, well, I've said this before. When we have alien contact here, it is a major timeline shift. And some will take it in stride. Others will panic. It's a huge. It's a world event, basically, no matter where it is. I mean, if it's when it goes into the physical. And a lot of people are, even those ufologists, I believe a lot of them aren't ready, because a lot of them are more in a lot of them are not really spiritually aware of all this. Well, sort of yes, sort of no, skeptical of their own spiritualism. So, yeah, that was the other thing. It's like, does it matter in the long run? Does it matter what you think in the long run throughout the duration of your life? If you are in a cult or you're not, or whatever you believe in, you survived life. You did the best you could. You come in, you go out, did the best you could. What else do you want? Believe whatever you want. That's really what it comes down to. It's like, technically there's no real wrong answer. Not really. I mean, you're right. What's right for you might not be right for somebody else. But does not mean does technically. I don't believe there's really a wrong answer. It might be a wrong answer for you. But does I mean if you're given a channeled message and you don't resonate with it, it does not mean it. I mean it was brought there for a reason. I mean of course with some channelers are to manipulate, but I guess it still has a reason there somewhere. It's not always easy to see why that was put out there, but also if you get a message that doesn't resonate with it, does not mean it's not either a person doesn't want to hear it, or so it's a useful useful message, but we're not always either ready to hear it or want to hear it or whatever it matters. It might something that will come down the line, or that when you remember that you were told that and it just connects, or you got a bummed out message to disconnect you from that channel or that reader or whoever it was, and that person you're there to connect with. Different ways of looking at it. So the rest of the world is easily programmed, but that's part of the lessons here, the mission, whatever it might be. We're all programmed to some degree. It's just the way it is. So to break out of this program, obviously many would like to hack themselves out of this reality. It's like, just trust me. They don't make it too easy. It doesn't make it impossible though. Just keep doing what you got to do. That's for sure. Do what you must do to bring in a more positive direction. Let's see. Well, I can. Here I got a download yesterday. It was kind of neat. I'll see if I can mention it. It was. I don't know if I could even use words on it. It was. We'll just make a different version of it, but basically it's like this. Let's see. Say like this adult, they're talking to their grandmother. Their grandmother's doing great and everything. I'm gonna change it a little bit. Like the grandmother disappears. I don't know how it went. And it shows up like this little girl shows up, and it's actually the grandmother but at a younger age. It's like, and then you go to like a school or something like that, where it's all a bunch of young people, and they all used to be old, but now they're all young. So I guess I got a download of regeneration. Like you can be, you're old, and you can be euthanized to a younger, even a kid again. Where there's actually technologies and vibrations that are capable of that. That was pretty intense seeing that. That was, now what's the purpose of all? It goes on and on, but it's like that's another form of a new Earth. It's like we're not ready to go yet. The Earth, that's basically like a version of an alien invasion of basically, or an alien assistance, where a lot of old people's like, I don't want to die now. Shit. It's like, you guys are here. Everything's getting a little bit better. So a lot of souls choose to become young again, but they still retain their memories. They're just young, like I don't know, like a middle schooler or something like that, and they retain all their knowledge. You just want to live life again, but now the world itself is even becoming more positive, becoming more of an alien reality, just more fuel efficient, efficient altogether. So there's more to it than that, but I figure I put that out there. That's the download I got. That was pretty fascinating. That was just blew me away. That was really. There's more to it, but you got the idea. I'm tired too, so I'll do the best I can. So that was a neat one. It doesn't mean that we're heading in that direction or anything anytime soon. Well, it shows that is something like that is. You can say that. What just it's kind of like something we've seen in the Twilight Zone or something like that, but it is who knows? It's a Twilight Zone, but they're more with a positive end to it, at least. Because it all depends on how you look at it. Some would be freaked out by it, others would be like, "Wow, that was really cool." So that's kind of down what I got. And I imagine there's more out there when, who knows? Let's put that something like that out there. It does have a positive ring to it in the long run. So let's see here. For Iraq and Astral, what does I mean, I use Iraq as a template, but it's basically what the world looks like in Astral. What is your vision of what it looks like? Astral is different definitions of space, a higher form of space, because that's where we're heading into that direction, connecting more to our astral selves. Our astral selves will bring in more. That was another thing I know we have this skirmish going on with Iran, and I'm not sure who else, but Iran. I mean, obviously don't have 100% on it, but we are going into more of a peaceful time with war. Watch we go out to war tomorrow, but we are going into that direction of more of a peaceful time. Now it's going to be perfect because we're so used to war. It's not something you jump out of, but it's going to get better over time. I don't know how. Now, like with life, like daily life, like in the Arab countries, like North Korea is making some. It's changing. It's taking a very long time. Once again, patience. I believe once he gets over his paranoia, I think a lot has to do with the deep state. Once he gets over his paranoia of being assassinated and taken over, which I don't think that's going to happen, but he has some kind of beef with somebody. He just does not want to give up his power. Definitely, he's not really ready to make obviously full peace just yet. But we are heading in that direction, definitely. Slowly, it's all free will too. I mean, a lot of people can change their ways instantly, but a lot of people are afraid to, because they're so used to the past. And paranoia. See, all the paranoia here is, you can say, dark aliens. I would believe it. Even dark entity beings, but a lot of it is dark alien beings causing difficulty. They're trying to keep the old reality going as long as they can. As the light gets stronger, and it will continue to do so. It's a bumpy road, of course, but connecting to like a place like Iraq is almost like heaven. It's almost like they just showed me like a heavenly energies there. So think about a place, because that's what Babylon used to be, a place of just great positivity, where the people there are more connected to spirit, where they can create all these crazy, what we call fiction, all these elaborate structures, like the Tower of Babel that went on like to the sky. Yeah, they're capable of anything. That's what they're showing right now. So that is the benefits of connecting to spirit. And a place like Iraq and any place around the world, but Iraq is it's like, look at Iraq is kind of like the demilitarized zone itself, where it's it's a lot of some people go there for vacations, but I can't imagine it's not it's not advertised here anywhere. You can take a place that's like upside down and turn it right side up. The dark is obviously trying to keep everything a military zone, trying to get war zone. America, they poison our foods. They do. They don't make it easy for us to be healthy here, obviously. So people are getting cancers, all of that. Are they fueling the medical direction? The medical, for people to get sick, so they go to the doctor and all. Oh yeah, definitely. There's that will end eventually. It's part of our it's part of our growing up. It's like look at that, what they're doing to our foods, trying to hit the brakes of our ascension, doing a hell of a job of it. And it's just, we can get through it. As hard as it's hell, but You know, but a place like Iraq, think about that. You put your energy, not that you have to concentrate on it, but think about a place like that, illuminating light, transforming to more of a positive place. And think of like, you know, even in our reality, we see it's like one day Iraq is like the most dangerous place in the world, and you say now it's the most positive place in the world. It's like, what the hell is that? It does not mean it can't happen. In our lifetime, you never know. Obviously, we got a long ways to go to clear out our issues. But that's, seeing the future isn't. Well, I mean, it's a positive. Oh yeah, it's definitely a possible timeline for sure. So connecting to the astral realm is not exactly easy, but it is another way of looking at the world. It's like connect to astral, seeing the world from the point of view of astral. You see the future Earth, a way it can be, and where we're. I mean, you go into, we all go into astral. We don't always remember everything when we come back here, obviously, but it does not mean we're not, reforming the Earth in the future. Like we are teaching that, we are teaching not just our guides but our aliens how to what to do here. And the dark beings, we're learning a great deal from them. Obviously, we're learning patience. It's like, man, are we learning patience? Yeah, patience is one of the hardest things I've ever learned, and mastering that really is the key to success. Because once again, they want you to go crazy. The more that you want things to happen now. I mean, there's a time for that, but you kind of know it. It's like, now, okay, I'm going to go buy the house or whatever it might be. But that's different. You kind of feel it. It's like everything feels right. But, patience, because they use patience as a trickery thing too, to make you go crazy. Idea is to stay sane. It's not easy, obviously. So, yeah, let's see. They showed. Well, they show Iraq at like 6th dimension. That was like here at one time. Basically, it was connected to astral, and alien beings were easily to connect to our reality, and we can all connect together as like a. They say it's an entry point, a breathing point. I say breathing point, however you want to word it, but it's an entry point for kind of like the Bermuda Triangle is for port. Yeah, we have portals and all around the planet. You have Sedona. Iraq is quite a different one for sure. It is obviously its name. Iraq is kind of like an alien name for entry, from one of their sayings. It's more to it than that, but I would just keep it simple. But it's like you look at the Middle East where it is hostile. Of course, United States is pretty hostile as it is. It's like, jeez, it's not exactly the safest place in the world either. So I'll concentrate on the middle. Well, the Middle East is very magical, even if it is. Not all of it is hostile, because there's places like in Iran that are very positive. No matter what you see about on the news, it's very upbeat. I think Beirut is also like that, Lebanon. So there are places there, and it can get even more powerful over time. So it's just. I think Beirut's safer than it is here in some areas. Shit. So, yeah, it's just the astral energies. Iraq is going to play a role in our soul transformation on the planet, basically. So once again, patience is key. And very hard. Some are just trying to get through their daily life, obviously. But you can also see in the future, if you wish. maybe too far in the future, but is your well now looking in the future is also showing that you are ready for it, if that makes sense. I imagine there are many out there. As for alien contact, excuse me, it's been a long day. Let's see, alien contact here. Obviously, we're all being listened to about this. The transition is always going to get more likely. For once again, is keep going on individual connections. World connections are going to put hints out every once in a while, here and there. But nothing too dramatic that will cause people to get crazy. Because they obviously hold a lot back. But we are going into the alien generation, slowly, or whatever word we use to. But we're going into that disclosure direction. Not too quickly, but we've been in that direction for a while, obviously, but they just say expect alien events, but nothing too significant anytime soon. So, like, the Pentagon stuff that's talking about little bits here and there. It's going to be little things here and there. You might see anomalies in the sky. Definitely, those that are connected to it, definitely. It's like, all right, that's them working, obviously. They use nature to hide themselves for various reasons. But those that are aware that there's something else going on here, definitely, you'll get the idea. And the reason you're experiencing that because you need to see it. You have various here assisting it. Much more to it than that, of course. So, yeah, we're on the crossroads of a new humanity. It's just baby steps. Our government will actually help us with it because it's going to become less negative. Of course, you don't see that right now. Say what you want about the Democrats, Republicans, and all that. It's whenever humanity is done tolerating all that, is when it's like when the majority no longer wants to experience that. That's when it'll start to improve, and it slowly is. It's just, you can't change anybody from an environment like this too quickly. So, yes, humans are here are going to be lazy. It's just the way it is. We're no different than any other world. It's no different. But at least they're putting out a positive vibration out so they can be lazy at least. So, but they're putting out a peace energy to bring peace throughout humanity. Just calm down its nonsense. So it does have a purpose to it. So it's just not to say everybody's going to get more lazy, but lazy people have a big part here. They're bringing energies from the Pleiadians, even the Syrians, and other places to just calm down our nonsense. Those that are they need to be on vacation every 5 minutes, or just even those in front of a TV, even there, it's still showing that they're here to bring a calmness here, even if they are being manipulated by the TV. Eventually they'll switch off eventually, but not yet. It's still bringing a calmness, like, hey, I'd rather watch this TV than go to war. That's saying something. So it all has a purpose in the long run, which makes sense. It just, not to say everybody's going to go watch TV, but, quite a few already are. So there's a manipulation there, but it's also another side to it. So we're just going, the next 10 years we're going to more of a, not an easy, it's not going to be like night and day, but we are going to a gradual, more peace energy because if you just go peaceful with just any country, people are not going to be ready for that. Like France is going through a lot of stuff right now. And, that's just, getting a bunch of stuff out of their system, of course. A lot of that's Anunnaki. It's just Anunnaki and their lovers, apparently. Apparently Anunnaki did a lot of experiments there at one time. because a lot of Arab energies are going back into to France. So you can say, in a long time ago, it was more Arab at the one time. But it was more alien energies there. So when the third dimension came, all of that got wiped out. So there's a lot of confusion going on, basically. It's like an identity crisis. It's like, why is the Arabs there? Not just because it's easy to get there. Why are they so attracted to that place? Why don't I just go to an Arab country? They're not just attracted there because there's freedoms there. It's because a lot of Arabs were there in the early ancient times. Not that they're going to find any relics or anything. I don't think so. Because it's all been wiped out. But in the ancient times, a lot of the Arabs, that was their country at one time. But they're alien at the time. So it makes a lot of sense with that. So it gives a little bit more clarity to it. It's a different way of looking at it. If you want to accept it or not, it's a different story. So it's just a lot of, it's looking at the world a little bit differently. It's like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? It's just, we are, right now, obviously, America is like a military country, basically. Now, is the GMOs and all that going to come to an end anytime soon? Gradually. Yes. Now, it's another thing about genetically modified food. Some of that's actually very normal in other worlds. Food that is made on, laboratory food. So people are going to be scared of it. It's not all bad. But GMO obviously is not probably the safest right now. But there are foods that are. But probably what they're doing is probably not very safe at all. Like Monsanto, probably not. But, it's like you can make a tree out of anything, is what I'm getting from it. You can create, I know, it's kind of, sci-fi, right? But obviously can't make it exact. Well, technically, yes and no. I mean, they can make, yeah, I would think so. I know it sounds, that's a little bit far-fetched. I don't think it's that far-fetched, actually. But they can make tomatoes and stuff like that. So it can go a lot further than that. Because you're still connecting to the energies of the earth. And that's an alien creation. Not to say GMOs are great or anything. But it can be done without the manipulation and all that nonsense. Let's put it that way. That's another form of us that we're on an alien planet. Transvestites, they're all dressed up. They all have the colors and all that. Aliens. Non-gender people, aliens. We're getting symbols all over. We're getting symbolism everywhere here, right? So, they're telling us what's going on. Just people aren't really tapping into it for obvious reasons. Like, they are the alien. I imagine if you told a lot of transvestites that they were alien, not to be insulting to them, but just show, like they're from another planet and you're not a freak or anything. Well, you might be a freak, but in a good way. I imagine a lot of them some of them will understand what the hell you're getting at. I guess you gotta probably explain it to them a little bit more, but imagine they'll understand it. Not to make that a bad thing, not at all. It's just, those are the first aliens, at least from what I can pick up, that are always coming out. So, well, they show it. They put all the colors and all that crazy stuff. Yeah. So, there's a lot more going on than that. I can't think of anything. But, connecting to Iraq and Astral is just, that's another place I feel like the Illuminati comes through. Through certain areas, the more, there's more positive energies that are coming through. Let's put it that way. More positive Illuminati is making effort here. More than they have before. Well, the reason for the positive Illuminati to even operate better is for more people who just want a better. They're spiritually connecting. I don't know. They just want. I don't know. They want something better, and I don't know. They make an agreement in Astral. Let's put it that way. And others that are of the more darker ones, they make an agreement in Astral. And they think they want to be kind of like the controllers of the new Earth. Why do you think you have a cult, a channeling cult? For example, they want to control the reality that's coming in, obviously. And others just want to be free. I want it to be free. I don't want to control anybody. So why these cults exist, these channeling cults, or cults in general, but I'll call it the alien channeling cults. They want to control the future, obviously, which makes sense. So, either way, I don't know if any of this was helpful at all, but that's what we got for today. I know it's all bizarre. It can get even more weirder. That was neat. That was really neat because it showed me a rack just covered in light. I've never seen anything like that before. That was yeah, and it is possible. It will happen eventually, definitely. All right. Hopefully some of that was helpful. Hopefully it didn't sound like a bunch of mumbling about nothing. No, I probably didn't help anybody out of their life crisis at this moment, but maybe it'd expand your vision of reality. So, all right, take care, everyone. I'll be back for the webinar. Everything's fine for the webinar tomorrow, and the webinar for the mentorship would be Saturday. I'll put out the email out tomorrow. So, all right, take care, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you for your support. Much love.